This is Nick Nielsen, Mad Scientist of Muscle, and what I've got for you today here is a monster cardio workout. This is trap bar shallow stepping intervals. So what you're going to do here is very simple. You're going to get a trap bar, and I've got one here loaded with just 95 on here to start. That's going to change. What you want to do here is set a small step platform. You may be able to see I've actually got a bumper plate stuck underneath here, because as we get through this workout, every individual is going to increase the weight. So by the time I'm getting up to like 400 plus pounds, this is going to be compromising the structural stability of these steps. So I stuck a bumper plate underneath to prevent that from breaking, essentially. So make sure if you do try this one, if you go heavy, have something solid braced underneath like that so you don't break anything. Even if you're just using like a thick bumper plate just by itself, or two bumper plates just by itself, that's going to be better than falling and putting your foot through your step while you're loaded. That's out of the way. What we're going to do here then is 30 seconds stepping up with the left foot leading, just a very simple step like that, immediately followed by another 30 seconds leading with the right foot, just like that. So you're doing a 1 minute work interval, and then you're going to take a 1 minute rest interval. Take that opportunity to add some weight. So I'm starting with 95, then I'm going to take the 25s off, put 45s on, and go again. And then the next interval is going to be the 45s plus 25s, take the 25s off, throw 25s on. So basically each interval is either a 40 to 50 pound increase in weight. Again, doing 1 minute at a time. Going to go all the way up until I get to the point where that 1 minute interval is going to be a real challenge. Then I'm going to work my way back down. Now, for this one, it goes without saying, use grip assistance, whether it's hooks, whether it's straps. You will need something in order to get the most out of it, because your grip will be destroyed if you just try and do it like that, and that's going to be the limiting factor. You don't want your grip strength to limit the workload that you're doing with this kind of stepping. So make sure that you use grip assistance. This is a phenomenal way to do it. If you don't want to use grip assistance or don't have it, maybe try the squat version of this, or the bar on your back version of it. Not really a squat, but barbell on back stepping. That way grip is not going to be an issue. So here's what it looks like. I'll come to you at the end of this and give you kind of a rehab of my fun experience with this trap bar interval workout. Alright, so workout is done. Now I thought of a name for these, and I think I'm going to just have to call them snot goblins, because great workout, but I hate them, and I don't want to give them a nice name. And potentially that's what you're going to be doing while you're doing them. Now, a couple of things to unpack with this one. The trap bar that I'm using is an open-ended one. When you're doing these, if you do have an open-ended one, have the open end facing forward. That way the bar is not going to contact your legs as you're stepping up. If you've got a diamond one, that could probably work actually too. You might find that you're kind of angling in and stepping feet close together, which is totally fine. So it's not going to hurt you to contact your legs as well, not a big deal. Now, big thing as I was doing these, once I got to about 275 on the weight, I knew that I wasn't going to be making 30 seconds. So I actually opted to keep going up in weight, but decreasing the interval time frame. So when I went to 315, trying to remember exactly, I think I went to 20 seconds on each leg, and then went to 365, and then I went to 15 seconds, and then went to 405. It was 10 seconds on each. Now, at 405, 10 seconds was basically 2 steps, because it was literally going like that. So intervals, not a whole lot of intervals, but definitely challenging. Now the key with this is I actually increased the rest period as well. So if I was taking 20 seconds at the top to do the steps, then that would mean 1 minute and 40 seconds on the back end, rest time in between. And believe me, when you get to that kind of weight, you're going to need that much rest period. So that actually worked out really well. I did 2 sets with the 405, and then started working my way back down. So I did the 10 seconds at 365, I did 15 seconds, 315, I did 20 seconds, and then at 275, I was able to go back to the 30 seconds, and then 1 minute and finish that out. Now, what I also opted to do is when I got back down to the 25s, the 95 pounds on the bar, I went 1 minute and 1 minute. So I went 2 full minutes at the end, and that was a good way to finish it off. You'll definitely feel the loading on this one, especially as you move up into the higher end weights, and you'll get that right across the traps, in through the upper back especially. It's fantastic. Now, there's a lot of balance involved, so be very careful and very deliberate where you're stepping. For example, don't try and go too fast and so that you trip on anything. When you're getting in head weights, very focused, very deliberate, heavy foot plants. You want to make sure you're being very safe with this one. It's a fantastic way to go. Again, be sure, if you do try this one, be sure you're using grip assistance, because I can promise you there's no way you're going to get the most out of this one without using grip assistance. But that's Trap Bar Snot Goblins, and give it a try.